Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 70, and I'm about to die laughing because I've done this so many times. Anyway, this is FlossTube number 70. It is Thursday, March the 13th, 2025. I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. You've been welcomed so many times already this afternoon. As I do at the beginning of every video, I would like to send love, hugs, and kisses to my husband, Stan, for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. If you are new to my FlossTube channel, welcome. I hope you will like what you see, that you will subscribe, share, ring the bell, like, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For all of my returning viewers and subscribers, it is wonderful to see you again. You all know what you mean to me, and I'm going to tell you something so you can send a lot of love and hugs, and well, maybe not hugs, but a lot of love and thoughts my way. Thursday, after I filmed my last video, I fell. I was on a play date with Annie and her new friend, Aurora. They were having the absolute time of their life. And as we were leaving, we were going down a fairly steep hill, and Annie, off-leash, came barreling down the hill, and she sort of clipped me from my right side, and I fell to my back, and then my head hit. I felt like I'd really had the wind knocked out of me. I walked home and felt pretty beat up. As it turned out, I had to go to the emergency room, and I had fractured ribs. My ribs in the back, number 6, number 7, and the ER doctor thought probably number 8. So I've been a little uncomfortable and certainly moving kind of slow. And I've had tremendous care from my husband, Stan. But it's an injury that I certainly don't wish on anyone. There's really not much you can do for it, but time. I will say that yesterday I dressed myself from top to bottom, and so I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. But so today it'll be just a little bit different how I set things up, but we'll let that unfold. I have several things that I want to talk about. First of all, we had Zoom number 12 on Sunday, and it was wonderful. Hanneke, the Dutch stitcher, was our surprise guest FlossTuber. I have shouted out Hanneke before, and if you're not watching her, I hope that you will go and catch her FlossTube. She has beautiful stitching. She has a very calm presence, which is really nice in our times. And we also had Mallory and Lori stitching on Island Time, and what an addition they were, because Lori has so much knowledge. This is a mother-daughter team, and Lori being the mother, and she has so much knowledge in quilting and stitching. She stitches beautiful things. And Mallory, her daughter, is young and full of enthusiasm, and I just want to thank you and all of you that were there that day, because it was just wonderful. I loved the dynamics of the group. I loved all that we had to share and talk about. So, so speaking of Zooms, the next Zoom would have been March 23rd, but I am going to be out of town. So I'm going to ask all of you if you will please put Zoom in your comment if you would like to Zoom. And then the next, and then I'll read those off on my next FlossTube number 71. And the next Zoom number 13, will be April the 6th. That is a Sunday from 12 to 2 Pacific Standard Time. So don't forget to put Zoom in. And what I'm doing now is, if I don't have enough people that have never done it, then I am going back to the Google form, and because those are numbered, and then I use a random number generator, and I will fill in the rest for those of you that have already done it before. So I'll miss the 23rd, but my family, we are renting an Airbnb on the coast, and I will have my 3 daughters there and 5 of my 7 grandchildren. So that'll be just wonderful. I'm looking forward to it very much. And so please send all your good thoughts that I keep getting better, so that I can enjoy, especially the babies. I probably won't be doing any heavy lifting, but just enjoying being around my family. Okay, I did want to mention that the Historical Sampler Company is starting a new stitch-along, and that is the Secret Garden Stitch-Along. It will start March 31st. It is open for pre-orders right now. It will come out in 5 installments, which will be emailed to you every 2 weeks. And I'm going to be running across the sneak peek and the pictures that they sent me to share with you. It looks like a beautiful summertime project. It is designed in-house there. As you know, they offer kits in the 16-count Aida or the 32-count linen. And then you can always get just the PDF if you would rather use your own fabric and floss. So the pre-orders open March the 4th, so you can jump in there and do that. I will have all of their information down below, as well as their Facebook page, which you can show pictures of your progress on your stitch along and see what others are doing. And so it's a wonderful way again to reach out in our community and stitch together. So I will have their information down below. And I did want to mention, because I had a question and a comment which I did answer, based on the name Historical Sampler Company. Someone wanted to know if they did sell samplers, and indeed they do traditional samplers. And so I encourage you to go to their website, which will be linked below, and see all of the offerings that they have, because it is a wonderful organization. Okay, I have that, and then I offered a giveaway last time of the Cotton and Twine box, which is from Historical Sampler Company, and for Happy Easter. And the winner was Yvonne Vigil 7489. And Yvonne, I have not heard from you, so I'm going to give it another 2 weeks. And if I have not heard from you by the time I go to record my next video, I will select another winner from the video in which this was originally offered. So I know we have a late Easter, but I would sure like to get this in the mail to someone so they can enjoy it for that holiday. Okay, and then I wanted to offer another giveaway. This is one of the charts that I mentioned previously. I got many beautiful charts from Virginia. And with spring hopefully around the corner, I think we're all wishing for that. I would like to give away this chart of A Little Bit of Spring by Blackbird Designs. The word will be spring. And if you will put that in your comment, you need to be 18 or older so that I can legally ask for your address. And please don't use words like prize, giveaway, freebie, any of the things that attract those people that don't know better. So that will be our giveaway for this time. So that is A Little Bit of Spring by Blackbird Designs. Okay, now I did have some shout outs that I wanted to do and talk about, and the first one is Barb Oliveri, and she has started making floss tubes, and they are So She Sews and Quilts, and she's done a whip parade. Barb has been a wonderful supporter and commenter of my FlossTube channel, and I hope that you will all go over and take a look at her beautiful projects and work and give her a good welcome from our community. The second new FlossTuber is Nicole, and Nicole is Thistle and Thread. This is another young stitcher, which just excites me beyond belief. She lives in the Adirondacks. She is a multi-crafter. She has only been cross-stitching for a short time, but she has dived in with both feet. So please go over and welcome Nicole. I also wanted to say congratulations to Sarah, Memphis E. Stitcher, who has purchased and is now the owner of her own local LNS. I think she took it over from a previous owner and is going to keep that going for the people in Memphis. And Sarah, I know that you are probably both exhausted and exhilarated, but a big congratulations from me. If you go to her last video, she talks all about it, and go and give her encouragement and be there for her in this big step in her life. Also, Lisa from Lost in Stitches is making videos again, and always, Lisa, it is so wonderful to see your smiling face and your beautiful stitching. We all miss you, and we're so glad to see that you come back. And finally, I have watched many whip parades because it's sort of whip parade season. And they've all been fabulous. But I did just watch one that I wanted to mention, and that was Phoebe of Moonshine Stitchery. And Phoebe is just so talented, so organized in her presentation of her whips. And she's creative. She does a lot of her own color choices. She is dyeing her own fabric as well, and she sells that. And you can find out all about that on her latest video. But if you're not watching Phoebe, please go take a look and give her a big welcome. But it's just an extraordinary whip parade. So thank you, Phoebe, for all the work that goes into that. Okay. Finally, I hope that you've all purchased a ticket for the Nash Stash Start-a-thon that will be hosted by Lindy Stitches. That will be March 28th through the 29th. And I think that with all of us probably starting to receive our packages for our pre-orders for Nashville Market, or you have gone to your local LNS and picked up your pre-orders, I think it will be just fabulous fun to meet over a weekend and start something and show and just share with each other what we're stitching on. So that will be March 28th, 29th. It is a $10 ticket, and it will be great fun and a great community builder. Thank you again, Stephanie, for putting that together. So I would like to go through the shares next. And I just want to make sure, since I did this once, I still have them here. I do. Okay, so we'll just jump right in. And the first one is from Susan, and they are a couple of St. Patrick's Day finishes. She did know that one of them was from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. I don't have any information on the thread or the fabric, but they are fabulous, and St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner. And so, Susan, thank you so much for sharing those with us. The next two are from Wendy, dear Wendy. And the first one is One Stitch at a Time by Lottie Da, which is the stitch along that was organized by Sarah, of Sew Me Sarah, for Across the Pond. And we did just have our Zoom meeting this past Saturday, and it was just fabulous as Angie, the Tiny House Stitcher, and Marie of Stitches and Diamonds, and also the dyer of Swan Bay Fabrics, They just run a wonderful Zoom meeting with wonderful stitchers, and it's always just fabulous to sit and see what everyone is stitching on. So this One Stitch at a Time by Lottie Da, she used the called for Weeks Dye Works floss. She did substitute Blue Heron for the house, and she stitched it on a 36 count Hannah H linen that was dyed by Number 12 Stitch Co. And the second piece is a mattress finish, and you all know that if you've been watching me that I'm really hoping to have one of those under my belt by the end of the year. This was a kit from Sassy Jacks, and it's the Carolina coverlet, and it's by Summerhouse Stitch Works, and it is a project that was to help raise funds for the victims of the in North Carolina from Hurricane Helene. And so thank you so much, Wendy, for sending those beautiful finished projects. Next is Julie, and this is Coffee Time by Ink Circles, and she stitched this on an 18 count Aida, ivory Aida, and she used the called for Classic Colorworks floss, and it is just fabulous. And thank you so much, Julie, for sharing that with us. Next is another Wendy, and Wendy has sent this finished, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is I can't say the word, a schnauzer. Unfortunately, Wendy lost her dog Willow recently, and this was a project that she had been working on, and she completed for a memory piece for Willow. And Wendy, I know it is a fragile time, and it is so hard to lose a dog, and please know that we're all thinking about you, and I appreciate you taking the time to send this beautiful piece so that I can share with everyone, and know that you're in my heart. The next piece is by Christina, and this is Queen Rose by Al Forrest Embroidery. It's on a 32 count specialty fabric. It has specialty threads, the Krynic, and it uses specialty stitches, and it is absolutely glorious. Thank you so much, Christina, for sharing this beautiful finish with us. And finally, Desiree sent in Patriotic Petunias by Sweet Wing Studio. She stitched this on a 32 count fabric flare with the called for DMC, and she self-framed it, yay, and this will be a gift to her brother. So those are shares for this video, and I want to thank all of you that have been sending these in, and it is a wonderful opportunity to show your stitching to others, and I hope and encourage you all when you finish something, if you'll take a photo and email it to me, I would love to share it with everyone. So thank you again for doing that. So I have a new start, and I have a finish, and then I'm going to stop the video, and we're going to restart, and we will be back to do my whips. So my finish is, and let's see if we can't put this back, It's You I Love by Chris the Camping Stitcher. I know it didn't make this Valentine's Day, but I just love it. So this is a piece that I work on during my happy hour stitching, or my 2 threads a day, and it's all done, and it is so cute. It is stitched on a 36 count piece of white something, and I don't know, and I used her called for DMC. So that's It's You I Loved, and I will be making that into a pillow, and I will bring it back to show you all when I am finished. And then my one new start, kind of wimping out, aren't I? But it is a gorgeous one, is Jan Hicks Creates Louise Chapuis, 1844. I purchased this a while ago, and I'm just now getting it started, and I'm stitching it on a 40 count antique lace by Seraphim, and this is a fabric that I really, really love. And I am using the called for DMC, and I will show you my progress so far. It has a lot of color changes. I tried, oh, let me show you. These are the floss, and this isn't all of the flosses. It has quite the list, but these are the ones that I have on Floss Drops so far. Aren't they gorgeous? You see oh, there's that navy and the purples, fuchsias, and the reds. So this is what I've done so far. Lots of color changes, but isn't it gorgeous? I am just loving working on 40 count linen. There's just the sweet, sweet, sweet little stitches. So that is Louise Chapuis by Jan Hicks Creates, and it is going to live in my very special project bag from Katherine, Stitching in Costume. The back looks like that. It's got more tomatoes on the inside. I am so proud of that bag. Thank you so much, Katherine. And so I think with that, I'm going to stop the video, and I will come back and we will do my works in progress. Okay, I'll be right back. Hi, look who's here. For those of you that are new to my FlossTube channel, this is Stan that I give my hugs and kisses to for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard at the beginning of this video. And hi.
Well, hi.
So Stan.
And hi, everybody.
Yeah, Stan is here, and this is completely unrehearsed, but he's here to help me because, as you guys know, I usually pick up a whip and then I go over here and reach, and I seem to be able to hold things up better than I thought I would be able to, but I can't, I don't think I could do the reach. So I have my own very good looking Brenda. See, Brenda does this for Laura.
Oh, okay.
She puts up all her things after she's shown them.
Not exactly Vanna White. It's a okay.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But anyway, and you can feel free to interject on any of my stitching that you want to just, praise or laud or, anything like that. But we will just jump into it. So my first, I got 2 out so that we would be ready to go. And I will be sort of, I guess, covering Stan up a little bit. Yeah. Is the Never Admire Quietly that was charted by Deb. Deb is one of the members of the For the Love of Stitches that I see in Sacramento, and she charted this for me. And I have, and by the way, you can request a copy of this if you would like. Deb, you will be so happy to know so many people have requested a copy of your chart to stitch, and I just think that's wonderful. But if you just email me, I will send you the PDF for the chart. And this is my progress so far, and I apologize, Stan, but I've almost got all the words in, and this is on 46 count linen that was dyed by Steph, Lake Girl Stitches. And I am using some Bestitch Me silks that were gifted to me, as well as some Vicki Clayton silks. And I am loving stitching on 46 count. So that is Never Admire Quietly by Deb. And again, please don't hesitate if you would like to have a copy of that. You can just email me, right? And then the next one is the, I just feel bad that I seem to be covering you up. But, anyway, it's the historical sampler. It was the winter stitch along. And it is the Little Owl Patchwork Sal. And this was the one that I did start over. So I got behind kind of quickly, but this is my progress so far. And what I have been concentrating on is these little doodads going around, because they are very fiddly to me with lots of color changes. And because of this fabric, you really can't, I am carrying the white threads, but not the darker threads. So that is the Little Owl Patchwork Sal by the Historical Sampler Company. And it has this absolutely darling little owl needle minder. And what did you hear this morning?
Oh, there was an owl in the, just outside.
Yeah.
Somewhere close by.
And every time he told me to come listen, it would get quiet, and then I would go do something, and then it would start making its noise. Yeah. But I love the noise of an owl. Okay, so I am ready for the next project, Mr. Emmons. Okay, okay, this is one of my Whip Go calls for the month of February. Yeah, right, because we haven't got them for March yet. I'm so confused. Whatever, they're Whip Go calls, and I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping up. And that is the Birds of a Feather Circled Together by Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. And I am stitching this on 36 count Love Letter, which is just glorious, by Color and Cotton. I'm using the Call for DMC, and I'm using the brighter colors that are from the back of the sampler. And this is my progress so far. And again, I apologize, but with all of these color changes, I do leave my threads. But I've gotten that bird almost done. It's so beautiful. So that's Birds of a Feather Circled Together by Mama Loves You GB. And I think I've given it 2 of the 3 days. With my Whip Go calls, I stitch 3 days in the month on them. And this is living in a gorgeous project bag by Alicia of Upper Meadow Designs. Alicia, I always look. Yeah, Upper Meadow Design Company. It is a gorgeous project bag, and I love it. So there you go.
All right.
So while you're passing me the second one, Stan is very well known for his I'll put that back with that. Snail jokes. Who would have thought? So give us a good snail joke.
Oh, well, what does a snail say riding on the back of a turtle?
I don't. Okay, that was good.
Yeah. I had another one she said was too silly, and now I feel
okay. You can
real silly.
Okay, then do the one that I thought
was
too silly.
No.
Okay, you're not going to do it? No? Okay.
Why don't you? Why can't you tell a knock-knock joke to a dog?
I don't know.
Well, tell a knock-knock joke. Start as knock.
Knock knock.
Ruff, 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 ruff.
Okay.
Not so silly.
Okay, you guys get an idea what it's like, with the 2 of us? Yeah, okay, so my next whip, work in progress, is Ruth Gibb by Hands Across the Sea. This is, following the letter of the law to always have a red project going. And I work on these on Thursday. And I'm stitching this on a 25 count Lugana in Vigilant Vianne, and it's from Lynn of Those Missing Stitches. And I am stitching it 1/1 on 25 count using the 103 Avera swap in 664. And this, I've gotten quite a bit of progress on this. So excuse me, Stan, but there it is. So moving right along on it. It's sort of lost its Thursday because we're filming on Thursday. Stan had band practice yesterday. So usually I film on Wednesdays. So that is Ruth Gibb by Hands Across the Sea. And that is my current red sampler project. So how do you like your new role here?
I'm starting to learn.
So I'll give you that.
All right. And then
Yeah.
I will say she's recovering very nicely, and I expect she'll be able to do all of this herself in 2 weeks.
Yeah. But I'm recovering so nicely because I have had very good care from Stan. So there's that, you know. So my next WIP, and I apologize again, is Forest Friends, which is Aria's birth sampler. And I am stitching this on 32 count historical beige fabric flare. Someone's gonna think I have something in my water, but I don't. But I am stitching this. The fabric flare is printed, and so there's a print on one side, and then it's plain on the other side, and I am using the plain side. So look, Mr. Bear is already here. And the next little critter is starting to come into place. So this will be for little Aria. So that is Forest Friends, and that's by Anna X Stitch, and she is on Etsy. And it's the one thing that I have said will probably be done this year. No promises on the stocking.
I won't hold you to it.
Okay, thank you. You're my witness. Okay. Then you can put that there. And we'll take the next one. Okay, all right. So this one is A Stitch in Time by Lottie Da. This is the piece that is our stitch along with Across the Pond. And I am stitching this on a 40 count wheat by Fiber on a Whim. That is the called for fabric, and I'm also using the called for overdyed floss. And Sarah, of Sew Me Sarah, did put a breakdown that if we kept up with that from month to month, I think we would have it finished in 8 months. I think there's 8 pieces. I'm not positive, but it is on the Facebook Across the Pond site. And so I have started working on Marches. I kept up with January and February. And so I have started, this is the March area. I can pull those out just a little bit. There. So I should be able to keep up, or I should be able to get March's segment in just fine. So that is One Stitch at a Time by Lottie Da. And it lives in my retirement bag with the piece from Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery, Move Forward in Love. I feel like I'm covering you up.
That's fine.
Have you seen a piece that's particularly caught your attention?
No, just something you said. I thought I was your retirement bag. So there's two turtles, they're traveling and they enter an intersection from different directions at the same time, and they have a crash. They crash into each other. Cop comes along and there's a snail beside the road who witnessed the whole thing, and the cop says, well, what happened here? And the snail says, I don't really know. It all happened so fast.
Is that how you do it? No. Well, anyway, how you do that drum thing? Okay.
Okay.
The next piece, this
You'll be
is...
glad when I'm done.
No, we won't. No. This is this was the January Cotton and Twine box from Historical Sampler Company. And this is a piece that is designed by Emma Congdon. And I just had to start it. Didn't need to, but I had to. And I'm doing it on the 32 count linen that was sent with the project. I am using the called for DMC, and I am stitching it 1/2 strands. And let's put this, well, this kind of, but that's where I am. So I've gotten this lettering in, and I'm starting now on the stitching part. But I've always loved Emma Congdon. I have both of her books. In fact, your son, Caleb, gave me both of those books for Christmas one year.
Oh,
she has two books that she's put out with charts, you know, that are very colorful and have wonderful sayings on them. So that is my progress so far on stitching my way to happiness. And there is a stitch along going on. I think most people have finished it, but it was started by Marie of Stitches and Diamonds and Angie of the Tiny House Stitcher. And so, but I think a lot of them have already finished it. But okay, so there's that. Oh my goodness. Now, you said something about this piece when I was working on it. This is Have Courage by Cottage Garden Samplings. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah.
When you see it? Yeah. And I started this for Pam, just stitching along her 30 years breast cancer free. And I am stitching it for a friend, and the friend will be here at the end of May. So, you know, it's kind of circling in my mind that I would really love to be able to finish it, make it into a pillow and have it to give her when she is here. But I am stitching this on a 36 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit. I'm using the called for overdyed floss, and it was hashtag Pam Survival Sal. So I got quite a bit done on this next flower here. I got, I think, some of the greenery again done. But boy, I mean, I still have 2 flowers to go, and yeah, you know, there's a lot. But anyway, Cottage Garden threads, they make you work for it. But it is so beautiful. The colors that they choose. So that's Have Courage by Cottage Garden Threads. And so I'm hoping to kind of push myself to pick that up more often over the next, well, it's not that much time before May. Boy, what's happening? This year is just, it's just flying by. I'm not supposed to zip. I don't usually zip. Okay. So the next one.
Is this all of it?
No, there should be a bag. Right. Yeah, right there. He's doing really great.
Getting better.
I'm so really. Oh my goodness. This is the Smith sampler. And so many people have finished this recently. There are some people that have decided maybe they're not going to finish it or just finish part of it. And I thought, I need to stitch on it, see how I feel, because it is one of my older, it's one of my older WIPs. I got this when I went to the first Phoenix retreat, and that was in 2022. I'm almost positive. So, you know, it's like 3 years old. And it was kitted up at the attic. And I am stitching this on 36 count cottage stone by Color and Cotton. I'm using the called for silks. There was a couple of substitutions they had to make because they didn't have them. Yes, I started it February the 3rd of 2022, and that's when we were at the attic. But I started stitching on it. I absolutely love it. I love it. So this will get finished. And I'm pretty far along, so I apologize for. So what I did is I've gotten the border on this side right here almost all the way to the bottom. I started now on the flower in that the third band. And it is just beautiful. I just love it. So this will definitely be a finish. So that's the Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. Has a lot of wonderful memories. That trip, I got to meet Tanya. We went to her house. She signed my chart for me, and so it was really a wonderful time. And okay. This, oh my goodness, I love it so much, is Baldaquin Birdies by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is the 2025 Stitch Along. And I am stitching this on a 25 count light mushroom Lugana. And I am using Pirate and Robin, the cotton floss in the colorway Redstone. And I have an extra thread there. And this is my progress so far. And look how little. So I've been concentrating on this like a chandelier looking thing. And I think I'm probably a little behind now. I had probably stitched the number of stitches that I needed for January, but probably a little behind. But I absolutely love stitching on it. Jacob has a way with his charts that are they look so complicated and they look so gorgeous, and then they just, you look at them and you can't believe you did it, you know, that you're stitching something that looks like that, but at the same time they give you so much peace. So okay, so that is Baldaquin Birdies. All right. And this one is, oh, Anne Campion. I have a lot of fond memories of this because this was a big breakthrough for me to really get me to stop being afraid of 1/1 stitching. I know you've heard me talk about that, but this is by Hands Across the Sea. This was a piece that was, it was a Sampler Symposium piece when I went to Sampler Symposium at the attic. And I am stitching this on the called for 36 count Tabby Cat in the color Wood Smoke. And the colors are the Soitiger Brut, Noir, and 2942. And I am using the Averssois 103 for the 1/1 stitching. So what I have done, and this is my whip go call for this month. I don't know how that works, but anyway, it's my whip go call. And so I've gotten the 1/1 all the way over to here now. I brought this border, this band over, and I really don't have a lot of it left to do. But it is so wonderful not to be afraid of the 1/1. It doesn't mean I'm going to go actively seeking out things with a large amount of 1/1 stitching. But It also doesn't mean I'm going to put it in the corner and say I'm not going to do it. So that is Ann Campion. And those, so Ann Campion and Birds of a Feather circled together were this month's WIP Go calls, which were 9 and 24. Yeah. So, and they get 3 days in the month. My next piece is my focus piece, and this is Pet All the Dogs by Teresa Kogut. And this I got when this was the first trip that we went to the Acorn and Threads in Portland. Stan's son lives in Portland. And if you remember, it was, you know, not too far after COVID. I mean, it was far enough. It was September of 2020. So, you know, and I had to, you know, we had to wait to go in, or I had to wait to go in because she was only letting in 2 or 3 at a time, and we were masked, etc. So this was kitted up at Acorn and Threads, and I'm stitching it on a 36 count Old Weeks Aspen. So not my favorite, but we're getting by, and I'm using the called for floss. And this, so what I have accomplished since you saw it last, I've done the windows here. I took the house all the way down to the bottom. I think I put this dog in. The roof is completed. So this is a great thing for Zoom stitching, but I still have that beast of a red house to do. So I can show you that this whole house, you know, that's a lot of stitching. So, yeah. So that is Pet All the Dogs by Teresa Kogut.
Where are the dogs?
Well, there's one.
Oh, okay.
There's one.
Oh, certainly.
And then
yeah.
if you look at the pattern, look, all the dogs, all the dogs. Yeah. So, but it, you know, I kind of dived into it after we lost Chester, which was our dog. And this is in a project bag that has Chester's name on it. And his dog tag is part of the zipper pull. And this is this was a piece that is called Chester's Place that was designed by Whistle Stop Stitchery and Designs, I think is the name. So let me I have it here. No, I don't have it here because that's not the right thing. Anyway, have we hit bottom?
That's it.
Oh my goodness! Look, yeah, he's proving himself. So if you can put that there, and so I want to thank you for jumping in. Oh, I can't quite turn quite that far to look at him. So because that it's my right side. But anyway, it was a joy to have you here.
Are you sure?
I am sure. And so yeah, this is the guy with all the talent. Yeah, and
yeah.
And I'm so proud of my intro song, and thank you for that. But I will let you. Don't run, okay? Because you'll hurt yourself.
Okay.
But thank you so much for helping me.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So those were my works in progress, my WIPs, and my plans. I don't have any haul, but my plans are to finish the days on the WIP Go pieces. And I still owe some time on Pet All the Dogs because that's my focus piece, which gets 7 days of stitching every month until it is complete. And then, as I explained in my last video, I am using both my 2 threads a day and my happy hour stitching time, which is about 5 to 7, to try to work on smalls, some of my stitch alongs, to try to get those completed. So that's, you know, that's kind of me in a nutshell here. So, if you were new, I hope you liked what you saw. And I really enjoyed having Stan here with me today, because I don't think I could have done the back and forth thing with putting the whips up. So usually it's just me, and I try to put out a video every 2 weeks, and I wanted to this week so that I would stay on schedule. And so Stan, he jumped in and said he would help. So I want to continue to remind us all about love, caring, compassion, reaching out. I know that this community will never forgets those attributes and those actions. For any of us that are out there that need, special thoughts, prayers, love, let's all, do what we can to send those out, because we are a force to be reckoned with. So I think I've covered everything. I know I joke a lot of times about my scattered floss tubes, but this one, I got through it, and I really wanted to come and see you guys, because you mean so much to me, and I miss you if I don't see you or get to share with you every couple of weeks. So I think I've covered everything. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. I love each and every one of you from the very, very, very bottom of my heart. So bye-bye. Until next time.